I want to talk to you today about why I find it easy to forgive. Now, I'm not saying that I haven't struggled with it, and I'm sure that there are those who will give me cause to have to offer forgiveness in my life. But I have an advantage. You see, I've sinned greatly, and I've really needed God to forgive me. I therefore have been able to offer forgiveness to others because of the pain that I felt in my heart that I've known that God has forgiven me for. Do you remember that story in the Bible where the sinful woman came before Jesus and she poured that alabaster perfume over his feet and she wiped it with her tears? She was so broken. She felt so much shame. It's in Luke 7:44. And after she had done this, Jesus says, then he turned towards the woman and he said to Simon, "Do you see this woman? I came into your house and you did not give me any water for my feet, but she wet my feet with her tears and she wiped them with her hair. You did not give me a kiss, but this woman, from the time that I entered, has not stopped kissing my feet." How many people kissed Jesus' feet? Jesus went on, he said, "You did not put oil on my head, but she has poured perfume, expensive perfume, on my feet. Therefore I tell you, her many sins have been forgiven, as her great love has shown. But whoever has been forgiven little loves little." You see, I failed miserably, and I had to be given so much grace and so much love for what I'd done. In my journey, I had to forgive myself, and I had to understand that I was human. I had to become familiar with my humanity and accept that I wasn't perfect. I would never be perfect. I had to let go of the ego and the pride that had made me think that I could be good enough for God, because life had shown me I wasn't good enough. I needed a Savior's forgiveness. I've met those who find forgiving more difficult. And sometimes we've really been wounded or violated by others, and admittedly, it's difficult to let the offense go. Jesus told a parable of the unmerciful servant in Matthew 18:21-35. It's so profound. You see, Peter was asking Jesus, "How many times do I have to forgive?" And Peter stretched himself and he said, "Do I have to forgive 7 times?" And Jesus answered, "I tell you, not 7 times, but 77 times. Oh, that's a lot." And he told this parable. "Therefore, the kingdom of heaven is like a king who wanted to settle accounts with his servants. And as he began the settlement, a man who owed him 10,000 bags of gold was brought to him. Since he was not able to pay, the master ordered that he and his wife and his children and all that he had be sold to repay the debt. He wanted it dealt with. At this, the servant fell on his knees before him. He said, 'Be patient with me,' he begged, 'and I'll pay back everything.' And the servant's master, he took pity on him, and he actually canceled the debt, and he let him go. But when that servant went out and he found one of his fellow servants who owed him 100 silver coins, not 10,000 bags of gold, just 100 silver coins, this man grabbed him and began to choke him. And he said, 'Pay back what you owe me.' He demanded it. His fellow servant fell to his knees and he begged him, 'Be patient with me and I'll pay it back.' But the one who had been forgiven refused. Instead, he went off and he had the man thrown into prison until he could pay the debt. Then the master called the servant in. 'You wicked servant,' he said, 'I canceled all that debt of yours because you begged me to. Shouldn't you have had mercy on your fellow servant just as I had on you?' You see, that's my life. I needed so much grace from God. And can I tell you, I'm the chiefest of sinners. God forgave me 100,000 bags of gold. And so in my life, when someone offends me, when I feel betrayal, when I feel rejection, when I feel wounds from others, it's easy to say, 'Listen, I've been forgiven for so much. I now offer that forgiveness that Jesus gave to me right back to you.'"